Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Debbie Cooper.
And I'm Jonathan Crow. The man charged with gunning down a woman early Saturday morning wept when he appeared before a judge this afternoon. Trevor Pardee is charged with first-degree murder. Triffie Wadman was shot and left in the road. Now, we have two reports tonight. In a moment, Zach Gowdy tells us about the victim. But first, Glenn Payette with what happened.
At times crying, 34-year-old Trevor Pardee was brought into court today, charged with first-degree murder. The first-degree murder of Triffie Wadman. The couple had lived at this house in Mount Pearl, but split early in the summer. 30-year-old Wadman was shot on Boggy Hall Place in West End, St. John's, early Saturday morning. She lived with a roommate in the neighborhood. And this is where I've been told the young woman was gunned down, in the area in front of this hedge.
When the officers arrived on the scene, they contained an area where an armed man was located. RNC Street Patrol officers pulled a female, a 30-year-old woman, from an open area to cover behind a RNC patrol vehicle, where she then received medical attention. She was then transported to hospital and was later pronounced deceased.
There are now flowers on the hedge near where Wadman was shot. As for Pardee, it took the RNC a long time to finally get their hands on him. For 4 hours, a crisis negotiator had him on a cell phone, but talking wasn't enough.
The crisis negotiators worked very closely with the Tactics and Rescue Unit and the incident commander to create an opportunity to forcibly take him down.
Witnesses say Pardee used this truck as a barricade to block the police, and that at one point he was under it. The police aren't saying what kind of gun was used or how many shots struck and killed Wadman. Pardee was taken to hospital after the standoff.
The accused had a pre-existing medical condition. That was the reason for him attending hospital.
As Pardee sat in court today, Wadman's family was also there. They didn't want to be photographed. As they looked at Pardee, Wadman's sister clutched a picture of Triffie and her daughter. Pardee has been declared fit to stand trial and has been ordered to have no contact with Wadman's family or witnesses in the case. He's back in court on the 19th. Glenn Payette, CBC News, St. John's.
Triffie Wadman's death is a shock to family and friends. Today, Zach Gowdy was in Wadman's hometown of Freshwater, Placentia Bay.
The school that Triffie Wadman went to when she was growing up here in Freshwater is gone now. A couple of years ago, they built the new Placentia Fire Hall in its place. But to Wadman's family and friends, this place is a part of her story, a story they're struggling to hang on to today as they come to grips with the horrific circumstances of her death. Now, an aunt of Wadman's I spoke with here in Freshwater told me she was just a young person doing her best to make her way in the world. Her killing has been like a nightmare the family can't wake up from. It's not real. It's been like living in a fog ever since they got the terrible news on Saturday afternoon. Now, Wadman had a lot of family growing up here in Freshwater. 2 sisters, 3 stepsisters, a stepbrother, and many aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. Shortly after her high school graduation, Wadman had a daughter of her own. I'm told that Tara Wadman is just 10 or 11 years old today. Now, Wadman moved from Freshwater to St. John's and from St. John's to the mainland. Recently, she was living in Alberta, where she had a relationship with Trevor Pardee, the man now accused of killing her. That relationship ended. At the time of her death, Wadman was living back in St. John's with a friend. She was only 30 years old. Wadman's obituary has been printed in today's paper, the same paper where her killing is the front page story. The obituary ends with a short dedication. It reads, "We hold you close within our hearts, and there you shall remain, to walk with us throughout our lives until we meet again." Zach Gowdy, CBC News, Freshwater.